Hello, 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 and welcome, my Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your work, career, and vocation reading for February and March 2021. I'm your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hi. Hey, my gems. Hope you are not just being outrageous or truly outrageous. I hope you are being truly, truly, truly outrageous in your work, career, vocation, a way of looking at your life path. 3 levels of power. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's actually talk some business real quick. I'm doing tarot parties on my DrawingTheCircle Productions Facebook page. Yes, I am. So far, once a week, Monday nights, 7:30 on, right? It's I got Zoom, I went pro, I got Zoom Pro. So yeah, it's a paid event, online event. And if we need more, I will make more. So maybe twice a week, we'll see. So we got a little face-to-face with other people, and they are parties, right? You know, have a little cocktail. We're actually doing pajama party this coming Monday. But anyway, so just to let you know that, as well as my book, Words of Grace from a Professional Witch by Angelo Lyons, is coming out in Kindle. We are shooting for a Virgo full moon release. So we sent some review copies out to people because some people had already read it, but they didn't see the Kindle version. So we're giving them some time to amend, as well as we sent it out to some new people. We got some tarot royalty reviewing the book, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, so my work, career, vocation is humming along. And I have been doing these readings for myself, this particular spread. We're doing a 9-card spread. I'll talk about that in a minute. And I've done it for many a client over the decades, right? So doing it face-to-face is one thing. Obviously, we are doing it via YouTube. So remember, it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, check your other signs. As I said, it's a 9-card spread, 3 cards from 3 different decks. The Caroline Myss Archetype deck to get, and it's really from her that I learned the 3 levels of power. There's a link in the description box, a YouTube video that you can watch from the long, long ago, Caroline Myss, M-Y-S-S, talking about the 3 levels of power. Work, career, vocation is just one of the ways to look at your life, particularly your life purpose, what you do to survive, work, lower 3 chakras, roots, sacrum, solar plexus. Right? Yeah, making sure I get my chakras right. Your career, your internal hunger and passion and thirst, heart, throat, third eye, crown, and your vocation, your calling, your spiritual calling, 8th chakra, soul center, you know, whatever you want to call the star center, and there are 3 levels of intuition and all that. We'll cross those bridges when we come to it. So we're using these to get the soul aspect of it, right? The soul power, the archetypes being developed in your work, career, and vocation. Then we'll take 3 daughters of the moon to get your internal experience of that, and the mythic tarot for the external experience of that. I'll explain it again as I go. All the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box, and I think I got everything on my lovely little Virgo checklist done. It is Mercury retrograde still, so you know, for at least us Virgos, the more checklists we have, the smoother things go, being willing to just shake it up as it gets shook up. Good? I think that's about it. All I could ask from anybody watching any of my videos and readings is that you keep your feet on the floor if you can. Right? If you can't, that's fine. So, you know, if you're sitting lotus or in some other yoga position, that's fine too. But stay in the present moment and focus on your breath. Focusing on the breath is the cheapest, most ancient form of meditation and being here in the now. So the more because you can't focus on your breath and be anywhere else but in the present moment, and it allows you to receive not just the words I'm saying, but the energies coming through me, through my pantheons of the divine, to which I am avowed and contracted till death do us then re-meet. So it's not even like we part; we just get closer. You get the deal, right? So be here now, and let's do this. Enough explanation. Breathe. Yeah, I am a little chatty. I am doing the Gemini readings. My collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of work, career, vocation, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. Please, I need 3 cards for this Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and/or Venus sign. In their work, career, vocation, 3 levels of power, February and March 2021 for their work, what they do to survive, survival intuition, physical power, lower 3 chakras, for their career, heart, throat, third eye, crown, creative intuition, the personal level of power, the psychological power, mental, emotional, the power of choice, all of that feeds their soul, their career, their vocation, 8th chakra, their spiritual calling, their connection to the divine, the symbolic level of power, spiritual power. I feel you. There we go. All right, let's see. Now keep in mind the Carolyn Myss Archetypes cards are supposed to be a little triggery in their shadow attribute because it shows you what you are shooting for in terms of the light attribute, the alchemy that needs to be done from lead to gold. If you want to use that language, right, from a shadow to light, toxic to healthy, illusion to truth. The shadow is anything you don't want to look at in yourself, or if you know about, don't want anybody else to know. Right? I always do that. It's like, put that shit behind you. No, 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 right? And actually, you have a really powerful trio here. In work, you've got the Alchemist, symbolically turning things from lead to gold, honey. If we could do that, if I have the Alchemist archetype, if I could do that, I would not be doing YouTube readings, right? I'd be like turning shit to gold left and right. Though, remember the Midas touch. Be careful what you touch. In your career, the athlete. Now, none of these are meant to be taken literally. When I get the third one down, you'll understand why. But you can be a creative athlete. Like if you're a writer, like when I'm writing a book. Oh my goodness, it's an athletic event, right? It's like training for the Olympics, and then you finally let it go, right? I'm very much an athlete, and I am still a dancer to this day. I have an athletic build, like on Scruff, when, it says, oh yeah, I guess I have an athletic build. There's some quantum variant of me that's a Chippendale dancer, either retired or dead, I'm sure, probably both. You got the king. The king. Now, it's good to be the king unless it's the shadow king. Then it's not so good to be the king in your vocation. So let me read these for you because this is a lot of masculine energy. You've got a wisdom / divine family archetype. Some archetypes split families. The athlete, which is the creative family of archetype, because you create new. It's a journey, right? You're creating the body, you're creating your discipline, you're creating goals for yourself and achieving them. That's why you see that could be like in biz. That's totally could be a career thing. And the king, a masculine family archetype. So you got divine wisdom, divine / wisdom families, the action family, and the masculine family. All right, let's do this. The alchemist in its shadow. Misuse of the power and knowledge that comes through spiritual practice. Now, as a witch, I'm well aware of what some call the left-handed path, but I think that's kind of throwing shade at the divine feminine in general, right? Divine masculine, right hand, divine feminine, left hand, no. But it is certainly being shady, right? It's using perhaps... look, if you're blessing someone to get them the hell out of your way, I do understand that. I do understand that, but, blessing and cursing are the same thing. It's just the intention behind it. It's a movement of energy. So whatever your spiritual practice is that you're doing to affect your work, and this could be what you consider your everyday, like the rituals, the prayers, the whatever it is that you do, your yoga even, right? But in the shadow, right, using it in a way that's not so great, and not just the power, the knowledge of. So even if you understand archetypes and you're using that to get over, right? There's all sorts of ways to misuse that kind of power. But the light attribute, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. And I think because it's in the survival, it really is that wonderful thing of being able to take even the base things of food, clothing, and shelter, right? Basic motivations, right? Basic goals, base motives, goals. And so, yeah, I want to eat, I want to live well, I want to have the things, I want to be able to provide for my family, I want to, like, whatever that is. And really alchemizing that, seeing it as a path of wisdom and alchemy, of taking your own fears. And really, if you want to do Course in Miracles and rather powerful spiritual language there, fear to love. right? Not just lead to gold. Remember, lead is an insulator. Not even Superman can see through that shit. Gold is a conductor. And that's why our technologies are so expensive, because a lot of the conductors are gold. Right? That's a piece of it. That, you know, needless markup. All right, so that's in your work, in your career, this athlete, which I have this, and I am very athletic in my career. I mean, even doing these videos, what I go through, what I do and I do and I do for you, Gemini. The shadow attribute, misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends. Yeah, been there, done that. It was called the 80s. False sense of invulnerability and entitlement. And do keep in mind, entitlement is one of the 7 deadly sins. This deadly sin of the solar plexus of all things. According to Carolyn Myss, creator of this deck, in her book Defy Gravity. It's either Defying Gravity or Defy Gravity. One's Myss, one's Alphabet. I don't know which is which right now. But the light attribute, this is the one that really I absolutely adore, which is why I do like a jock. But not every jock has the athlete archetype. Dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps. And by the way, that is not just physical handicap. Yes, this is an action family archetype, but you know, that word handicap is huge in terms of the umbrella stuff that it covers. Well, and okay, they're giving me Christopher Reeve. He was my first Superman. Let's not go there. I have a Wonder Woman thing anyway, but I am Wonder Woman, all right? So I want Clark. And I dated Clark, but he wasn't Kal-El, and that's been a long story too. But he really became Superman after the polo accident, after he was paralyzed, and what he did, I'm gonna fucking cry, right? That's how you know an archetype, right? So I have it, and I'm highly attracted to it. Development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I like football players. It's just true. It's just true. I guess I have a type. With bad credit and a neck tattoo and substance abuse problem. Yeah, let's do it. This is why you keep coming back. You come for the tarot. You stay for my twisted fucking sense of humor. The King archetype. Now, I will tell you, Carolyn Myss herself will tell you, the King archetype does not usually do well in the United States if you've been watching. The shadow attribute, excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. Nah. The light attribute, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. And really, that's what you got to be shooting for here. Because if you look at this as physical power, your work in the world, right? The Alchemist. Watch that shadow and what you know and how you apply it. Your career, the athlete, really transcending physical limits, including handicaps, and development of personal willpower, strength of spirit, woof, and enlightened, benevolent leadership. Now, again, it's because it's a masculine archetype. Doesn't mean my readings are never about gender. It's not that I don't care what your gender is or gender identity. Blessed be, right? Your soul first before you come into a body, before you know gender. Your spirit before matter. Just how it works. I didn't make it that way. Don't come for me. Okay, Daughters of the Moon. What does this feel like on the inside, right? Your experience. In a way, you can say these 3 archetype cards are the 8th chakra aspect of your work, career, vocation. These are the heart, throat, third eye, crown, right? Personal world. Please take a nice deep breath. This feels really good, gems. Please, my goddesses of air and the sign of Gemini, just 3 cards to clarify. I'll put them face down. Heart, third eye, crown. What's going on here? What does this Gemini need to deal with inside of themselves, or at least be aware of in their work, career, vocation, February and March 2021? In work, they've got the Alchemist. So what's going on in their internal world? What's their experience of that? The athlete in their career, and the King in their vocation. I just love that. I'm really attracted to kings. Now, an athlete king who happens to be an alchemist. And that's how I met your father. Okay. Oh, snap. Wait a minute. Oh, wow. Okay, all right. So you got 2 court cards, but the court cards in Daughters of the Moon are a little bit different. They're Maiden Mother Crone. It's a feminist deck. I am a witch. I've read this deck since I'm like 18 years old. Thank you, Ellen, for introducing me to this deck at that party so very, very long ago. So you got the Scorpio card, Hecate, right? The goddess Hecate. This would be the Queen of Cups, the Scorpio card. And it says right on it, Scorpio. That's what I mean about it's different. It's not Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It is specifically Scorpio. And the, come on, Hecate? I mean, the reference there is pretty right on. I mean, talk about a goddess of magic. See, she's the goddess of witches. I mean, technically she's a Titan. She's not even an Olympian. I mean, she's Hecate from the Egyptian pantheon. The frog-headed goddess, a goddess of water, right? Frogs, you know, they're amphibious. Major decisions on your plate right now about who you want to be and how you want to use your power. Particularly your spiritual power in the physical world. Now, there is another aspect of this that I can feel for a bunch of you, is that you're being a little covert with your alchemy, with your own internal wisdom, divine healing process, and that's fine. People don't need to know what you're doing. You know, that's why it is a private life, but do know it is having an effect, and it's having an effect on the decisions that you make, particularly the crossroads decisions. Now, I also want to say, Scorpio 8th house energy, along with all that mystical stuff, is all money, sex, and power. What Carolyn Myss calls the 8th house other people's resources, how you exchange, for instance, money. Sexual energy, creative energy, power. Now, this is of power in all of its different flavors, too, shadow and light. So, also an intense feeling of intuition. Trust your gut intuition. Lower 3 chakras. Brute chakra, if it can't connect, get out. That's fight or flight, right? And if it connects, you're where you're supposed to be. Second chakra, you're talking to somebody and your second chakra wants to like hail a cab and leave the room. DoorDash, just wants to dash for the door, right? Listen to that. That's saying no bueno, right? But if it's going, that means a yes, right? And your solar plexus, if it turns into a fist, it's telling you this is violating my honor code. I don't even need to know why right now. I'll figure that out later. But if it goes, right? Pay attention. Pay attention to that. Now, I know I'm asking an air sign to pay attention to their feelings, but I think there should be an amendment to the Constitution globally, actually, that everybody should have the right to have a bias against one zodiac sign because it transcends race, it transcends age, gender, all. My dad was a Gemini and he was a king archetype, but not in the light. No. Okay, let's move on. In your career, the athlete with the Libra card, honey, this is about bringing yourself into psychological balance. This is about bringing yourself into heart, throat, third eye, crown. 7th house, yes, has a lot to do with relationships. And with this Scorpio card here, you know, I get it. But how many, I'm just using this as an example, how many artists work a job so that they can be artists, right? This feels very much like you're getting your career in order mentally, emotionally here. And it's something that you love. It's something that you have a relationship with. It's something that balances you out. Like I have to say, living alone during 2021 and now the beginning of 2020 and 2021, you know, being isolated. Nobody really comes over unless, let's say, I've seen their medical records of recent dates, so to speak. You know, this gives me great creative outlet. It brings me into balance. Right? It's something that you are developing, but one of the, like that building of muscle, right? And that, like an athlete would do in that sense, bringing you into balance. Whatever it is that your career is, I'm going to say your relationships are key with it too, and as well, make sure you are tuning to now your heart, throat, third eye, crown. This is a little bit more your bailiwick than the lower chakras necessarily. Of course, you have other planets. I'm just talking purely to the Gemini aspect here. So about your thought process, right? Are you seeing things clearly? Is your, oh, here we go, throat chakra, perfect. Is your judgment balanced with your mercy, right? Because judgment, it's like, oh, no, bad. Well, you need good judgment to cross the fucking street, you know, or to put on a sweater when it's snowing out, that kind of stuff. But in terms of the words and the choices and the decisions that are coming out of your mouth, okay, now this connects with that alchemist there. Is your judgment balanced with your mercy? Isn't that what justice really is? You want merciful, compassionate judgment. particularly if you are being evaluated like an athlete does, and are you being compassionately clear about your own creative strength as an athlete here. Remember, it doesn't have to be literal athlete, right? It's like when I bake, I hunt down the best ingredients. I don't bake. I don't bake. That's chemistry, honey. I'm a potion witch. I can stew and brew until something turns the right color as I sing to it in prayer. Like my ancestor Circe, apparently. Look, you've got the king archetype with the reversal card, the hanged man, in this case the hanged woman. Let's just say hanged person and call that a moment. This is really a spiritual sacrifice of something, and I don't feel like it's a physical thing. I think like it is real surrender. It's surrender to the divine. Now I have to go, everybody goes, oh, you're on pause, you're stuck. Remember, the original imagery for this came from Odin plucking out an eye to hang upside down on the world tree Yggdrasil for 9 days, right? In order to see truth, in order to get the runes, it's a lot. it's a lot, you know, and that's why he's all father and king. If you want to go there, I feel a lot. Ooh, I just felt a whole lot of Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, a Satru energy, right? Northern mysteries activate. So this is immense spiritual power, but this can be very active, particularly with the athlete and the alchemist here. This is saying, use me, divine, no one else. See, that's my gig. I have no planets in Gemini. This ain't my read. But I will tell you this. Every morning my prayer is, I call upon my pantheons of the divine. Use me. Work through me. Speak every word. Do every reading. Manifest every outcome. Have every conversation. All in alignment with my soul's high wisdom and reality of the divine plan. Boom. That's power. To rule is to serve. The Tao Te Ching. There. That now I'm just quoting from all over time and space on this planet from you, right? Lao Tzu. To rule is to serve. Enlightened, benevolent leadership benefiting those in your charge. So that really doesn't matter what it is you're doing in your work, in your career. Do you get that? It's like that is so foundational, and it is a role of leadership. But also, you know, I'm just going to say, watch out for the Kool-Aid, because that kind of thing in its shadow spiritually, excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. Refreshment break, Kool-Aid, anybody? Swipe left, hard pass, no. I went to Jonestown, I went to China, this is some read, it's a Gemini read, well, figures. My god of Gemini is Hermes. We're just zipping all over the timeline. What does this look like on the outside? Right, the lower 3 chakra aspect of your work career. It's such a holographic read. It really is. No wonder these work so well. Please breathe. Yeah, in for a penny, in for a pound, as far as I'm concerned, reading you guys on this. This is pretty intense. Please, my gods of air and the sign of Gemini. Let's just call you by name. Hermes, thrice born, messenger of the gods of liars, gamblers, thieves, and Geminis. Please, 3 cards. What does this look like on the outside? Little clues, tips, and hints. Again, this can be something that's going on outside, external to them, or it could be how they're appearing from the outside looking in, and only you're going to know that. So please, Hermes, my gods of air and the sign of Gemini, what does this alchemist with Scorpio look like on the outer? What does this athlete with Libra look like? I know a lot of people are like, ooh, that's that person, ooh, that's that person, and understand they are having an effect on you, that's internalized. There's something in there to be aware of. And with that king, with the hanged person, the card of reversal, what does that look like? Last 3 cards down. Let's see. Ooh. You got double Scorpio. You got the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Cups. You are so covert. This is you from the outside looking in for sure. Either that or you're dealing with a Scorpio that's so intense that you have to kind of do your spiritual practice, take that and really channel that into wisdom and healing. I'm not getting that though. I'm really getting that for a Gemini, you are being covert as fuck. Keeping your spirituality, your mysticism to yourself, but perhaps chanting silently all day long. Yeah, go watch the What Do I Need reads, the full moon to new moon and the new moon to full moon. I find them very helpful. They get the least amount of views on my channel, but they kind of have like the most holographic thing, particularly when you compare the mantras, for example, in your different signs and put them together. It sort of tells you exactly what you need to do. Look, that's fine. This is the Scorpio card. It is the card of transformation, right? What is the Scorpio? It's transformation, right? The death card, if you want to go there. But this is alchemy, that very transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. So look, if you're in a place that's really sucky, I'm going to say guard yourself empathically. Bless everybody constantly, silently throughout the day, particularly the more assholey they are, the more holier you get, right? May you be blessed. May whatever pain is causing you to do that, may you be blessed. May you be healed. May you be healed. Now, day one, not the easiest thing, but like an athlete, right? Well, and let's go there in your career. And remember, this is the stuff nobody might know about, although you're a Gemini, our third eye crown. You got this balance, right? And really then we can, plugging it into that, really staying balanced and coming from love, right? That Libra balanced equilibrium place, but with the Chariot on the outside. Woo! Moving fast. This is going to accelerate you on your career, and it is accelerating you on your career. Because maybe like a Gemini, you have the ability to see both sides of things inside of yourself, and therefore you might be a little more balanced person to get along with, particularly if there is, narcissist alert in the office space or in whatever it is that you do. Or if you're just an empath like me. I mean, people misuse that word. It annoys me. It bothers me. Coco Peru. If you're an intuitive empath, you have no idea. If it's the person standing in front of you, sometimes you do. Sometimes you absolutely do. But particularly at work, when you're focused on something else and an emotion comes in, know that it's safe to acknowledge that. But that might very well be motivating you to move forward here. Just guard your loins with that Alchemist, a little something, and bless the crap out of everybody wherever you go. That's using your spiritual knowledge and power in a way that, yes, is covert, but that's a blessing. Like, you can't throw a blessing and have it come back to you negatively. Well, your interpretation of how it comes back, though, might be negative. Instead of positive, I guess. I don't know, whatever. The card of the Chariot here is definitely outward, forward movement, something coming towards you, or that's you really with balance, that Libra and that athletic skill charging forward. That could be creatively, if not literally physically, in terms of the evolution of your career. And with this King, are you kidding me? You got the King with the reversal card, the Hangman card, and the card of strength. Your ultimate way of aligning your work, career, and vocation, moving forward in your life path, your life's work, your life's purpose, whatever you want to call that, for the purpose you incarnated at this particular juncture, February, March 2021, it's all about the 8th chakra. It's all about spiritual principle. It's all about leadership and courage. From the outside looking in, you're Heracles. Now, I know you're used to hearing it as Hercules. That's the Roman name. He's Greek. Heracles, 12 labors of hell. Oh, yeah, go read those. Spoiler alert, too soon. It's only ancient Greek myth. He completed each labor by either literally or symbolically now bowing or kneeling. Surrender. Wow. That's the archetypal tits, kids. That's really, really powerful. This is a very clear read. Let me put it together for you in the blessing. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, my collective pantheons, may the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign be blessed with all that they need in their work, career, vocation, that they may be as the King in their vocation, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in their charge as they move forward with great courage and strength and the grace of fortitude as they surrender their will to the divine, therefore becoming a lighting, benevolent force of that in leadership, that in their career they embrace that dedication to transcend physical limits, including handicaps, and develop their personal willpower and strength of spirit in the most balanced, loving way for themselves, psychologically, internally, creatively, as things move forward very fast in their career, so that in their work, however they see that, they may be the alchemist, transforming base motives and goals into golden wisdom. Scorpio on the inside, Scorpio on the outside, reserved, cool, calm, empathic, but wise. Hecate and Helen of Troy. May their work, career, and vocation be a blessing on them, those in their life, and all of life for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. Wow. I'm impressed. I am impressed. It's a very, very powerful reading. So look, if you liked it, like it. You want more, subscribe. You want to comment, please do. You want me to read you? Easy enough to find. Find me on Facebook. Facebook Messenger, video messenger call is the best thing. I have the Zoom rooms, I have the Skype, but really Facebook Messenger call, and you can Facebook pay me right then and there too. So there's always, where there's a witch, there's a way. I will work it out. Reach out to me. Instagram, my Instagram's fun. That's really more for my fun than my career, but whatever. Lots of cats with my pictures and, magical implements and selfies. Anyway. Wishing you all the very best and the very blessed of all of this. Come to the tarot parties if you want. Remember, Drawing the Circle production. Face the links in the box. Go look. Otherwise, wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed in your work, career, vocation, February and March 2021. My gems, hail. Farewell and blessed, blessed be.